My name is Ahmir and today I will be showing you my third problem to my math component for my senior exit project for my teacher, Mr. NDI, and my pre-calculus class. Hello. My third problem will consist of me having to find the zeros of a quadratic function. Here we go. This is my equation. F of x equals 3x squared minus x minus 1. To solve this equation, I must first find all the zeros within the equation, which means I must first take this function and set it equal to 0. In order to do this, we must first use the quadratic function. We must use the formula for the quadratic formula to solve this problem, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, now that we have the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, now that we have this, we can use that to solve our quadratic function, which we're solving for x, f of x, and trying to find all the zeros within this problem. Okay, next we have to identify our a, b, and c variables within this problem to plug it in to this equation. We have our b variable, our a variable, and our c variable. We have to find those within this problem so that we can plug it into the formula. So it would be, let me see, here's our new equation. At 0 equals, because we're solving for 0, so 0 equals 3x squared minus x minus 1. Okay? Alright, this is going to be our a variable. We're going to make this our a variable. We're going to make x. No, we're going to make this the negative, because it's a negative 1 right here. So it'll be negative 1. We're going to make that our b variable, and we're going to make this one also, the 1, positive 1, our c variable within our equation. Okay, so we have our equation. We have our a variable, which is 3. We have our b variable, which is negative 1. And we have our c variable, which is 1. We're going to take these three variables and we're going to plug them into our quadratic formula where they're supposed to be. Okay? Once we plug those in, we get a new equation, which is negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared minus 4 over minus 4, 3, and negative 1 over 2 times 3. Okay, now that we have our second equation, we have to simplify this equation right here, which will equal 1. Since there's two negatives over here, this will turn into a positive 1. So it'll be, our new equation will be 1 plus or minus the square root of 1, because also this is a negative 1 and we're timesing it by 2, so 2 negatives equal a positive. So that's where we get the positive 1 from. And then we multiply these three and we get 12. So we got 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 12. And then we still have to do the bottom of this problem, which is 2 times 3. So that gives us 6. So our new equation, the new equation we have is 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 12 divided over 6. Over 6. We put it over 6. Okay, so now that we've did that, we have to show our two solutions of our quadratic function, which are our new solution is 1 plus or minus the square root of 13 over 6. That's our new solution. And we got that by adding these two together, which gives us 13, which gives us 13, which is right here, and putting it over 6. Okay? So this is our new solution. Now all we have to do is show our other two solutions of our quadratic function, which are x equals 1 plus the square root of 13, and we're going to put that over 6. And our other solution is x equals 1 minus the square root of 13. And we're also going to put that over 6. So here's our three solutions we found for the zeros of our quadratic function. That's our second one. Here's our last one. And here's my total problem. Here's my total equation right here. And here's the steps we took. This is step 1. No, our step one was over here. We had to find the quadratic formula for our equation. Then we had to find the a, b, and c variables for that equation. Next, we had to plug in the variables into the equation. And then we had to simplify the equation over here, which gave us our zeros within the equation. So here's all my work for my solving the zeros for my quadratic function. My name is Ahmir Cummings, and I just showed you my third and final problem for my math component of my senior exit project for my teacher, Mr. NDI, and my pre-calculus class. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.